Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into the boring stuff so you don't have to. Today, we're cracking open Global Acquisitions Corporation's recent filing. It's got a new CFO, some stock warrants flying around, and enough fine print to make your head spin. Let's see if we can make sense of it all. First off, this is a Form 8K filing, which is basically a corporate breaking news report. Companies use these to tell the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, about big events that could matter to investors. This one is dated March of 2025, so it's pretty fresh off the press. Okay, let's dive into the details. The first thing that pops out is something about unregistered sales of equity securities. In plain terms, this means the company gave out some of its stock, or the right to buy its stock, without going through all the usual steps of registering it with the SEC. Why? Because they think they qualify for an exception. They're saying these stock handouts, called warrants, were okay under a rule that lets companies avoid registration if they're only dealing with a few specific investors who aren't planning to immediately resell the shares. Basically, they gave some of their consultants and a new CFO a compensation package with an option to buy stock later on. Speaking of which, let's talk about these warrants. Warrants give someone the right to buy a company's stock at a set price called the exercise price. If the stock price goes up, the warrant becomes valuable. If the stock price stays the same or goes down, then the warrant is useless. In this case, the company is handing out warrants to its new chief financial officer, or CFO, and some consultants. This brings us to the next big piece of news. Global Acquisitions Corporation has a new CFO. Sean Cable is stepping into the role, and as a result, Ronald Boretta, who was both the Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, and the CFO, is now just the CEO. It sounds like they needed someone to focus specifically on the money side of things. So, who is Sean Cable? Well, according to the filing, he's been the CFO for the Andre Agassi Foundation for Education and Agassi Enterprises since 2008. He also has experience in real estate development. The company is paying him $75,000 per year and giving him warrants to buy 100,000 shares of stock at $1.70 a share. These warrants vest over time, meaning he can't buy all the shares right away. Half become available in March of 2025 and the other half in September of 2026. The company also gave out warrants to two consultants, Justin Gimbelstaub and Darren Cahill. Gimbelstaub got warrants for 500,000 shares and Cahill got warrants for 250,000 shares. These warrants also have an exercise price of $1.70 per share, and they also vest 1-2 on March 6, 2025 and 1-2 on September 6, 2026. All of these warrants expire in 5 years. Giving warrants to consultants is like paying them with potential future profits. If the company does well, the consultants benefit, and the company doesn't have to shell out as much cash up front. If you really want to dig into the details, the filing includes the actual warrant agreements as exhibits. You can see all the fine print about how they work and what happens in different situations. Okay, let's zoom out and think about the big picture here. What does all of this mean? First, it looks like Global Acquisitions Corporation is trying to beef up its team. Hiring a dedicated CFO suggests the company is growing and needs someone to focus on the financial side of things. Second, using warrants to pay people is a way to conserve cash. It's also a way to align the interests of employees and consultants with the company's success. If the company does well, everyone benefits. If it doesn't well, those warrants might not be worth much. Of course, there are always risks. Giving out too many warrants can dilute the value of existing shareholders' stock. And if the company's stock price doesn't go up, those warrants could end up being worthless, which might not be great for morale. Also, $75,000 seems like a fairly low salary for a CFO, so it might be hard to retain Sean if he doesn't make money on those warrants. Overall, this filing paints a picture of a company that's trying to grow and bring in new talent while also being careful about its cash. Whether it all pays off remains to be seen, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more corporate decoding. Let me know in the comments if there are any other companies or filings you'd like me to take a look at. See you next time.